Hey, you guys. Alright. One of the first things I want to talk about is sweat. And I'm going to come outside, so it's going to be bright. I'll stand out here for a couple minutes. But I want y'all to see. And it's today. What is today? Monday? Yeah. It's Monday. It's not even really that hot out here. It's not all that humid. It's actually a pretty nice day, for real. But I took a walk at the park because I'm trying to find some feathers for some spell work I'm doing. And I didn't find any. But I did find some guy's stuff. Like, it was everywhere, all over this alley. It's obvious that somebody had broke into his car, stole his shit, and then walked down this alley going through it, throwing stuff away that they didn't want to keep. Well, I found it, and it had his keys and like a name badge and one of them work clip things, and it's probably pretty important to him. So I gathered it all up, and then I looked him up on Facebook and messaged him and told him I had his things. So he's gonna come tonight and pick that up. He was super grateful, which I'm sure he was. But it made me feel great. It really did. I like to help people. It sucks that his car got robbed because it's crazy right now. You got to be so careful, even just being outside. I know it ain't much, but I mean, I've always got a knife, and you best believe I will not think twice about fucking you up if I need to. But anyway, my whole point was sweat. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what causes it. But I sweat to a point that is medical. There's got to be something wrong with me. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm sorry, I'm screwing with this flower. I'm always picking things. See the pretty little flower? I also just found this pretty little rock. Can you see the rock? Anyway, I don't know if you can see it. Let me get... My hair is, it's gross. It's wet to touch it. It's wet. Sweat, I took my glasses off because sweat will start here and roll down my face on both sides. It'll roll into my mouth when I'm talking. I sweat so bad that if I take a walk, I have to come home and change my shirt. And I'll do it even if it's not all that hot outside. I mean, anything that makes me feel the slightest bit stuffy, and I'm gonna sweat like crazy. I also get cold when it's hot. Like, there's times when I need a hoodie to be out here, and that's not even a joke. So, I mean, something's going on with me. They have made unemployment now, get back, kitty, to where if you draw under $100, you don't get the bonus that everybody's getting, the $400 a week bonus. So, and I draw under $100, so I'm disqualified. If I let them tax my checks, I get $44 a week. They pay every 2 weeks. So what the hell are you supposed to do with $88? I mean, that's supposed to be a paycheck. And believe me, I've heard all the get a job, but I have a job. It's just not ready for me to come back yet. And I don't want to give up that job. You know, I'm willing to wait. But I don't understand why we got kicked out of any kind of bonus. Do you want to go outside for a second? Come on, you rotten thing. We're going to take my cat out for a second. But I have talked to a disability attorney assistant, not an actual attorney. I'm just trying to get instructions from her on what I need to get my doctors to say or do or write down or whatever. Because, okay, today, Me and my friend Lauren, we had plans. We were going to go to the Fallsley, Ohio, and look for hagstones. But she has gastroparesis and is having issues at the moment. She was kind of afraid to leave her house. I'm afraid to leave my house at all times. Like, she's afraid because she wasn't near enough to a bathroom. I'm afraid because I walk around, do nothing, and poof up and die from anaphylaxis. So we had to reschedule our trip, our hanging out, which is fun. But, you know, we can't even always go out and do the fun things that we want to do. So it's not unnatural to assume that we can't always get up and go to work either. And I'm not saying I never want to work again. I'm just saying that I have a lot of appointments. I have a lot of tests. When they give us these medicines and these tests, sometimes we feel like shit for days afterwards. And I need those days. And, you know, generally my boss is pretty understanding. But I'm lucky. Most bosses are not. You know, my boss's son has Ehlers-Danlos, pretty severe. So, I mean, he's used to my issues because he handles them at home on his own anyway. But I'm sitting here and I'm terrified because I'm going to make $88 every 2 weeks. Charlie is going to hound me over it. I know he is. All he ever thinks about is money. And I don't have a dime to my name. I try to make jewelry and bath stuff, and I really do try to do some things on the side to make some cash. But all it really does is make enough cash to supply myself with the supplies to do it again if I want to. That's not a profit, that's just kind of a keep up. I also need a computer. I've applied at some work from home jobs. Come on, baby, let's go back in. My kitty cat likes to sit outside. Oh, sorry. But it's hot. Mama's pouring sweat. There you go. Alright. Anyway, I've been trying for some work from home jobs, but I don't own a computer. I lie and tell them that I do because that's about the only way to get an interview. But I don't own a computer. I wish somebody just had like an old hard drive or something that they would donate to me just out of the wonderfulness of their heart, or maybe for a pretty cheap amount, just so I could have a chance at possibly supporting myself at home, because I have Wi-Fi and I've got all that. I just need the computer. I don't really know of a whole lot more. I really just wanted to talk about sweating, which I'm doing. I don't know if you can see it. It's rolling down my face. Oh, and that's also another thing. When things like sweat or water touches me, it leaves these lines. Like, can you see it right there? Lines. And also, things like this. I've got a few that are kind of hard to see. I have a lot of freckles. But things like this are not freckles. They're called mastospots. And also, I don't know if I can show y'all without being all lewd about it, but this is my leg. No, hang on, wait a minute. How do I turn this around? Nope, that's not it. I don't know how to turn it around. Anyway, they look like freckles, but they're not. And they're getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And they're called mastospots, and I don't know exactly what they are, what's causing them. But I got about 500,000, mainly on my legs. I got sweat dripping into my eye right now. I just turned my air conditioner down to 68, and I'm still just sweating.